Hail Metal Nation, it is I, Tim, from dual violin folk metal band Eisenmore, American power metal band Burning Shadows, recently vacated Graves, True Zombie Metal, and Fade to Black Metallica Tribute. And joining me is a very dashing Dave, and the only thing that's making you so dashing is your wonderful Burning Shadows shirt, available at steelresolve.com.
steelresolve.com.
And Dave is the drummer of both Burning Shadows and Eisenmore. And of course, you know by now, Matt, who is, I believe, on every single metal promo episode, at least in part, if
eventually.
not in whole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you've forgotten everything since the last one, or if you're new here, so what we do is we read promos for new metal releases, and then we decide how many ears the promo warrants us giving to whatever is being promoted. So if it's a great promo, we're going to give it 2 ears. If it sounds like this is going to be a horrible thing, then no ears. So here we go. Corrosive.
Here we go.
Shut up. Corrosive. Death as a Process. Label is Black Sunset. It's out. It is out. It came out June 3rd, 2022 on CD. Parentheses jewel case. No digipacks here. Fuck digipacks. Genre is death metal.
I want them as unsustainable as possible.
With Death as a Process, Corrosive present their 5th long player. While other bands are slowly shifting down a gear after more than 25 years in the business, Corrosive are obviously stepping it up a notch with every album. They also don't shy away from taking time to time the off-road route and crossing unknown terrain.
That was a German phrase that was Google translated.
I would argue their promo picture does not match that statement, but we'll come back to that. Mm-hmm. Of course, their sound of 2022 is still a solid old school tub who helps herself to the American and Scandinavian pots with a large ladle. But instead of treading water, the band is also opening up to darker and more extreme styles, which makes the new album more varied without upsetting old fans. Corrosive simply know where the bodies are buried and are not afraid to dig them out. Recorded in the Becker Studios in Marburg, Germany.
Hell yeah, Marburg.
Burning Shadows live bootleg recorded in Marburg. Out
Metal
soon.
Village.
I'm waiting on the test pressings. But let's see. Marburg. Where's the word Marburg? There it is. And mixed and mastered by Andrei Skopko. Death as a Process offers a full 45 minutes of everything fans of the genre will appreciate. From dragging grooves to unrestrained orgies of beatings, the album offers everything a death metal infected heart desires. Track list: Death as a Process, Preserved Behind Glass, Human Puzzle, Welcome to Your Autopsy, When Body and Mind Are Separated, Romance for Barbecue.
That's my favorite.
Necrolovicon.
Oh, that's their power slave.
Deathbed Visions, one word. When She Smells Like Warm Butter.
Wait, that's their power slave.
Pleasure slave.
Your Pain Is My Gain. And Demon. Lineup. Ooh, the lineup is in German. Here we go. Andy Connerth, Gesang. Stefan Becker, Gitarre. Alex Hartmann, Gitarre. Andres Skopko, Schlagzeug, and Sasha Shekansky, bass backing vocals. That one's in English.
Wait, why do they have backing vocal? Shouldn't it be like Gebacken Gevocal or something?
It's Hintergesang.
Hintergesang. Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. All right, and so the aforementioned promo picture is an Abbey Road parody.
Yeah.
So that's not Abbey Road, but they're crossing in a crosswalk, and one of them has a trash bag with a hand sticking out of it and a shovel. And then the others are carrying various hatchets, except for this guy in the back has a wine glass. All right. And then the cover, just picture a Cannibal Corpse cover. That's only slightly less intense. But there is a head under a, what would you call that? You know, a glass dome.
Like a cake jar.
Yeah. Yeah, like a cake dome.
I think that actually is a bell jar.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah. All right. So what do you got? What do you got?
Well, I mean, I like the effort. I like the promise. I don't like the fact that both of their, like, they clearly put a lot of work into the album art, but then...
And then are you talking about the logo where they just hit bevel and emboss in Photoshop and then turned it to hard chisel and turned the depth up?
And what's even worse is the death as a process, which is like just... What the fuck is that? They didn't even put any, shadowing or anything. It just looks like a stamp tool in like Adobe Acrobat. Just like put the stamp there.
Well, I want to point something out about the logo. The R's in Corrosive make a little skull, angry face, fangly guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant.
But, brilliant. The more I look at it, the more it's cute. And I'm not sure that cute is really what you want for your band, Death as a Process, Corrosive. It's just not working for me.
All right, so what do you got then?
I'm going to give it a generous ear. I think they're probably good. I think they're veterans. They've been playing since 1998. I'm sure all of their weird metaphor-laden copy won't steer me wrong. So it's an unenthusiastic ear. It's good. You should listen to it. But, it's exactly what you want. There'll be no surprises. There'll be no, pleasant gems. It'll just be like, yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, and I'm it's that assessment that actually kind of scares me, because track after track of muddy death metal is not really what I am here for. I gotta admit, I'm intrigued by the song titled "When She Smells Like Warm Butter," but I don't know that I want to see that any closer.
Yeah,
so I think a half an ear is all I can commit to Corrosive. I'm sure that they're good. The technical ability is there, but yeah, I can only spare half an ear for this one.
No, you're both wrong. This is a 1.5 years easily.
Wow.
Easily. They're old. They know what they're doing.
Okay.
And they got some good sentences in this promo, so I'm very optimistic. All right.
Some strong sentences.
Okay. All right. Moving on. This is not intentional, but we're moving on to Nuremberg, Germany.
Uh-oh.
Where there's more. Also, Burning Shadows bootleg has some bonus stuff from Nuremberg, Germany. So, I wonder if Berlin is next. We'll find out. Anyway, from Nuremberg, PAXTILENCE, Wildfire.
PAXTILENCE?
PAXTILENCE. It was released on 420, man. 2022. Genre is thrash metal. If you're trying to look it up, it's PAXTILENCE. PAXTILENCE was founded in 2011 to bring young, hungry thrash to the Nuremberg metal scene. Their stated mission is to play riff-oriented, driving thrash metal inspired by veterans like Creator and Megadeth, as well as younger powers like Warbringer, Pripyat, and I'm okay. And Space Chaser. It was the Chernobyl. Pripyat's the city next to Chernobyl. If you're aware. Anyway, after first live performances, the first EP, cyclotomic warfare was unleashed on mankind in spring 2017, which helped to conquer more areas of Germany with concerts. Period. Towards the end of 2019, the 4 whipping boys retreated to their rehearsal bunker to create their ultimate weapon. With sharpened riffs and proper drum fire in the luggage, the new record Wildfire represents the next highlight of the Nuremberg Thrash Quartet. The work goes in the best continuous fire manner directly into the ear and remains in the head. Mixed and mastered by sound weapon master Kirill Gromada from Pripyat, Wildfire offers all maniacs a successful short vacation between nuclear fallout and post-apocalyptic anarchy. As ambitious live performers, PAXTILENCE are now planning nothing less than to plunge whole Europe into total thrash chaos from 2020 onwards.
Well, it seems like they succeeded.
Lineup. Yeesh. Alex on lead guitar, Menda on drums, Toby guitar vocals, and Benny bass backing vocals. And that's paxtilence.bandcamp.com. So I did want to double check. Yes, it was released on April 20th, 2022.
Okay.
So I guess there was some delay. And then the photo of them is a typical thrash metal photo, but they're standing between some freight trains.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
And the one guy has like the acid washed denim jacket.
Yeah.
They look like a young Burning Shadows.
They do.
Now, there's no reason for insults. And then they got a typical thrashy looking logo. And what is this cover art? It's so it's like a guy with eye protection, and he's doing something that is creating a lot of sparks, and it's like an old scientist, but I think he's supposed to be somebody that looks like the neighbor from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something.
Whoa, it really does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this a reference I don't get, or is it just a coincidence?
I think it's supposed to be like their Eddie or something, because if you look on their previous release, Cyclotomic Warfare, that guy is also so is he some kind of like cyclotomic scientist? Maybe he had, I don't know, but it seems to be a callback to their previous record.
Good eye, Matt. I think you're 100% correct about that.
So have either of you looked at the running time of this record?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Pop quiz. Full length thrash record. How long is it?
How long is it, or how long does it need to be?
Well, no. How long is it? And then you tell me if that's long enough.
Since it's thrash, I'm going to say 35 minutes.
Yeah. I don't want to hedge here, but I was going with 37.
Okay, unfortunately.
Price is Right rules. Price is Right rules.
Price is Right. Daring and say 37.
Did we overbid?
By Price is Right rules, you're both out. It's 30 minutes, 46 seconds.
Wow.
Longer than Rain and Blood.
Yeah.
Now that I said that.
and that's nearly as long as the Burning Shadows EP.
See? But
yeah. Burning Shadows EPs are as long as How is Slayer not the first Slayer that comes up on Metal Archives?
Wow.
Where the hell's the running time? Well, I give up. Let's move on. Well, no, let's rate. Let's rate this. This is
Slayer's the third Slayer to come up.
Right. This is easily 1.5 years for me. I want to listen to PAXTILENCE. They know what they're doing when they're writing this promo, at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I feel like I only need 1 year because it's only 30 minutes long, but I'm gonna give them 1.5 years. Also, for the record, Rain and Blood at 28 minutes, 59 seconds.
There you go.
Excellent. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hit with the trend. And I want to put in a note of interest. the bass guitarist, Benny, is also in a band called Svarte Faren, which is apparently a folk metal, pagan metal, fantasy themed.
This looks like a young Eisenmore.
There's no need for insults, Matt. I love it.
This is amazing.
This is a bonus.
It's nice.
This is definitely a bonus. Yeah, they looks like they can get better tunics over there in Europe.
Yeah, can you guys get some leather jerkins, please?
They're way more expensive than you think it is.
All right, true metal patrons, put your favorite podcast them down, boys, in some leather jerkins. Like and smash that donate button or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Join the Patreon. That's what you need to do.
There we go.
As little as $1 a month, you get way more content.
Yeah.
Seriously. Anyway.
Seriously. 1.5 years.
All right. It's a high scoring. The band. The high scoring.
They're youthful. The youthful exuberance. I mean, it comes right out through that promo.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to take Europe by storm in a good way.
In a good way.
They might be 2 years behind schedule, but times is tough. All right.
I like also in that promo video, there's 3 of them who are clearly good friends, and then the other guy in the band.
Oh shit! Do I have to go back and find this promo photo now? Are you talking about the one on Metal Archives, or?
Yeah, on Metal Archives. Like, there's 3 guys wearing leather jackets.
And then the guy who forgot to shower this morning.
An Adidas track jacket. Was today the photo shoot?
Yeah, I like this. This photo is different than the one in the promo I read. They're standing in front of a temporary fence in front of an industrial area, it appears. That's very thrash metal.
All right.
Well, unfortunately, Burning Shadows did not play the city from which our next and final band comes from. Horror Within, Awaiting Extinction. Pathologically Explicit Records. Out. Oh, they just missed your birthday, Matt. June 15th, 2022. No, I didn't rotate you. What are you doing, stupid tablet? All right, here we go. Format. Digitals and CD. Slamming death metal. Do you want to guess the country? Because you both get it wrong.
I can't because I see it.
Is it Holland?
No.
Don't they? They share a land border, don't they?
They do share a land border.
In the Caribbean.
Do they? Yeah, they definitely share a land border in the Caribbean.
Yeah, there's a big old clue. What'd you say?
Well, it couldn't be France.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's France. Yeah, I'm still using the Metallica stuff. It's left over from Metallica. It's in there. It's staying. Everyone
not even Metallica.
Anyway,
Metallica they never die.
They are from France. Awaiting Extinction is our first effort after a long gestation due to COVID and some twists and turns. Well, what are the twists and turns? Now
Come on, ins and outs, man.
It reflects our multiple influences from pure slamming brutal death metal like Analepsy or Extermination Dismemberment, for example, to classical death metal, Death Carcass Entombed, which should be one band name, Death Carcass Entombed.
Death Carcass Entombed.
Yeah.
With some touches.
It could be like a triple cover band.
Yeah, that's a tribute act I'd go see.
With some touches of mellow death, deathcore, or black metal, and that with an HM2 type sound. So for Matt's benefit, HM2 is a Boss distortion pedal that is very popular, and it has a very specific sound. And they don't make them anymore, I don't think. And I'm not in the market for one because I got a Helix. For fans of slamming, brutal death metal bands like Analepsy, Organectomy, what a good name, or
Man.
extermination dismemberment, for example, but with an HM2 type sound and some touches of melodeath, deathcore, or black metal. Track list, intro, the ending process, ceremonial vortex, we came from above, the death veil, l'horreur en moi, and outro. Lineup, Achilles, vocals, Arthur Engel, guitar, Jules Daudet, bass, Vincent Labelle, drums, and Zes, sex backwards, Xes, on guitar. Tracks, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, music by Zex, sex backwards, lyrics by Achilles, tracks 1 and 7, music by Achilles, all arrangements by Horror Within, produced by Horror Within, mixing and post-production. Oh, there's no vowels in this. GLDCHN Studios, mastering by StudioLair.be, which is Belgium, logo by Kiryu Zhang, artwork by Armada Art, there's double A's in there, photos by Margot P. Bandcamp, horrorwithin.bandcamp.com. And their photo is just one of the guitarists looking debonair.
Whoa. I mean, that guy looks amazing. Like,
well, I assume he's a guitarist and not like a male model that they hired for this promotion.
It'd be awesome if he was the drummer, but they just gave him a guitar.
Bonjour.
You gave us a great idea, Matt.
And the artwork.
It's like a
cover art.
Cthulhu-like creature.
Yes, it's basically War of the Worlds if the tripods was a Cthulhu.
Yeah. and he's
just,
like attacking the land of churches.
it's all churches. Well, they were all churches. Yes, I mean, you could you could replace the band name with Burning Shadows and you'd be well on your way. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, and right off the bat, I'm going to give this full marks for good text placement on album cover. Everything seems to fit. Everything is appropriately blended.
Drop shadows, no bevel and boss.
Yep. Even, there's lots of noise at the bottom, and yet I don't feel like it is crowding out the album title. It's a nice, visceral, not cute, very serious, and yet very symmetric, and kind of looks like an evil skull band logo. They're fucking got their shit together.
It's a good logo. It's legible, symmetrical. Good, like you raise really good points. It's got that kind of dripping creepiness, that you don't always see in good death metal logos.
It's one of those things that you could never draw, but you would spend a whole afternoon trying.
Yeah.
My only issue with the logo is there's multiple local bands that have that logo with different letters.
Okay, sure.
But they're French. They didn't know bands in Baltimore use that logo, so I can't hold that against them. But
okay,
I'm still bringing it up.
I have two great trivia questions for you. Number one, is this full-length album longer or shorter than the previous album?
All right, well, just data for Dave's sake. There's an intro and an outro. And then there's 7 tracks total. So there's 5 songs. So it's basically a Manowar album, a recent Manowar album. Okay. 5 songs and a bunch of filler.
And is it longer than the last one?
I'm sorry, I take that back.
Is it longer than the previous band's album?
I take that back. Because Manowar is way more filler. If this was a Manowar album, it would be 14 tracks with 5 songs.
Yeah, there you are.
They're technical death / metalcore.
I think
we've got basically 5 songs.
Roughly 5 songs.
I don't know. How can you get shorter than what was the last one? 36 minutes?
It was like 30, 52 or something.
I think it depends how death metal they are. If they're very death metal, they're going to write long songs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But then you said core, so
the
now I'm thinking
technical
they're
and
short
core,
songs.
right?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Um,
so
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's longer than the last one.
Okay.
I'll be contrary and say it's shorter then. Although I don't see how that's
Congratulations,
possible.
Dave. You won 24 minutes, 43 seconds.
That's an EP in Burning Shadows
This is not
Land.
a
That's an
full
EP.
In any land. That's
By the
an
way,
EP.
go to
That's
the
a
Burning
secret
Shadows
song.
Linktree link down there and go listen to one of our EPs that's longer than this album.
Yeah.
Look, and I don't want to bring it back to Fish, but I will.
Damn it!
Because
Oh, fuck.
this is a mid-sized Fish jam.
Dude, I fucking hate fish jam. Like, you put it on toast, you buy it at IKEA. You put it on those crackers that suck.
I feel like fish jam is like the national dish of Finland.
And
Fish
Sweden
jam.
and Norway.
Yeah.
It's good
Well-
for breakfast, man.
So, are you aware of caviar in the tube?
No.
No? Okay,
Really?
well, so like,
Oh,
so it's
You haven't lived.
essentially fish jam, but it's like salmon colored, and it comes in a metal tube, like a toothpaste tube, and they serve
Fish
it.
jam.
They serve it with breakfast everywhere. I think you
Everywhere.
and like well. So when I was joking about having fish jam, I was thinking of like a jar of pickled herring, but it's like kind of jammy but it's like chunky, kind of like fish
Yeah.
marmalade.
ugh.
That's what I was thinking of. But
I believe
but now
fish-
I'm reminded that caviar stuff is essentially fish toothpaste or fish jam.
I'm pretty sure Fish Jam was also like the Bass Pro Tour video game on the Sega Genesis.
So
Okay, one final trivia question. What can you guess? Now there has been a clue, a secret clue, as to the band's previous name before they were Horror Within. And I'll give you a clue. The clue is related to the personnel.
All right, let me reread the personnel real quick.
Okay.
Achilles, Arthur Engel, Jules Daudet, Vincent Labelle, and Sex Backwards.
Uh-huh.
It has to do with sex backwards, doesn't it?
It might.
Oh.
What's the worst name possible for a technical death band? Sex Plush.
Sex plush.
Plush.
What
Wonder why that didn't pan out.
does that even mean?
I mean, it's even more fun to say in French. Nous sommes Sex Plush.
Sex plush.
Sex
Good
Plush.
lord. Good lord.
So,
Wow.
I'm going to give it, I was going to give it 1.5 years, but because I didn't even think, I was questioning whether I would need the second half of an year for the last album. I definitely don't need it for this album. So I'm just going to give it 1 year. Maybe if they cracked the half an hour mark, I would have given them more, but I only need 1 year to listen to this.
Well, Sonata Arctica was once known as Tricky Beans. So,
What?
true
oh,
fact.
man, I
So
forgot about that.
I'm willing to give this EP a listen. And since it's an EP, I'm going to give it an EP size listen with 1 ear.
Mhm.
Let's say I'm going to continue on with this. I'm going to be, the opposite of contrary. I'm going to be agreeable. I'm going to say this is deserving of 1 ear. And yeah, it is an EP. Let's call an EP an EP.
Call a Sex Plush a Sex Plush.
Right.
You want to make it an album, add some filler. Dude,
I mean, give me some narration tracks at least.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Do
could get,
the Man
you could get Gerard Depardieu could narrate something.
Le.
all right.
Oh, P.S. Don't Google Sex Plush.
Not at work.
Not at anywhere.
I wonder what Google, like, Google has What's that face?
I was just looking at sex
Don't
plush
look at
results.
sex plush.
How would that even work?
This is all going in your search history. That's what I was.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm using my work laptop.
Okay,
oh man.
Jusqu'à la prochaine fois. Keep it? How do you say keep it?
Gardez
le
métal.
métal.
Gardez the sex plush.
Would have sounded better in German, maybe.
Yeah. Well, they tried hard.